She was one of the few to survive Westeros' winter, but making out of a Hollywood divorce? Sophie Turner did that too, with a little help from one of the most famous women on the planet. Sophie Turner was unfortunately one of many Game of Thrones stars who dealt with serious mental health issues during their tenure on the show. She, however, had to experience it all during her teens and didn't really identify her struggles until she was 17. During a conversation on Dr. Phil's podcast, Fill in the Blanks, she said of her mental health, "It only started to kind of go downhill, I think, when I started to hit puberty. And I was gaining weight, and there was the social media scrutiny and everything, and that was when it kind of hit me."
I don't pray anymore. It's the only place I can go where people don't talk to me.
Facing criticism for her body or her acting at such a young age was enough to send Turner spiraling in the years to come as she battled an eating disorder. At one point, she even had to hire a live-in therapist to monitor her unhealthy eating habits, which she credits with helping her reshape her relationship to her own self-image. By the time the Game of Thrones series finale aired in 2019, Turner had been playing the role of Sansa Stark for a decade, taking the character from precocious young lady to traumatized captive to hardened leader, all in the span of 8 seasons. At the very least, Turner got to relish the character having a fitting ending compared to most others on the show. Still, letting go of the character she had grown up with wasn't easy, as she recounted in an Instagram post the day the finale aired. "Thank you for teaching me resilience, bravery, and what true strength really is. I fell in love with you at 13, and now 10 years on, at 23, I leave you behind. But I will never leave behind what you've taught me."
Why aren't you happy? What do you want that you do not have?
At the moment, peace and quiet.
As for moving on, the actor later credited Joe Jonas for helping her figure out what her life would look like post-Game of Thrones. She was also adamant about leaving the character in the past, confirming shortly after the finale aired that she didn't want to reprise the role in the future. 3 years before the end of Game of Thrones, Turner had made her superhero debut in X-Men Apocalypse as a young Jean Grey, the mutant who eventually becomes a villainous traitor to the iconic Marvel team. That opportunity for Turner came with 2019's Dark Phoenix, which adapted the comic book saga of the same name. The movie seemed like the perfect opportunity to utilize the acting prowess Turner had displayed throughout the HBO series, but Dark Phoenix drastically underperformed at the box office. The film garnered poor reviews across the board as well, and while some reviews did commend Turner's performance for holding the film together, clearly it wasn't enough to make up for all its flaws. At the time, it still seemed as if Turner would brush off the Dark Phoenix debacle and continue with her movie career. But the biggest twist in Turner's life was yet to come. Everything changed for Sophie Turner at 24 years old when she discovered that she was pregnant on a trip to Bali. Like most young adults, Turner struggled with the idea of becoming a mother so early on, but later told British Vogue, "I really didn't know if I wanted to be a mother, but something changed in me that day. I just knew I had to have her." Turner's first child with Joe Jonas, Willa, was born in 2020, which ended up being a pretty inconvenient time to give birth. However, the pandemic and lockdown only gave Turner more time to spend with her newborn, who was quickly given a little sister, Delphine, in 2022. The decision to have 2 children in her early to mid-20s has been nothing but positive for Turner, particularly in terms of her own body image, and especially after a long adolescence fielding negative comments about her appearance. Turner's on-screen appearances were few and far between as she focused her time on raising her children. When she did pop up in various projects though, she reminded audiences what they were missing. One of those was Do Revenge, a 2022 Netflix comedy about 2 teens who team up to enact vengeance on those who have wronged them. Turner's role in the movie may have been small, but it sure was memorable. In the film, Turner plays Erica, a tennis camper who is framed by Camila Mendez's character for possession of cocaine, leading to her being dragged out by force. Turner told Empire magazine that she worked on channeling some classic on-screen freakouts, saying, "For most of my career, I've been playing someone who has a lot of pent-up feelings. I've been longing for a scene where one of my characters was able to scream and cry and shout and push people around."
I don't do cocaine!
I don't even know what it looks like.
I don't know what it looks like!
As it turns out, being married to a world-famous pop star isn't all it's cracked up to be. Sophie Turner's relationship with Joe Jonas was tabloid fodder well before Game of Thrones ended. But as the years passed, it began to overshadow her work as an actor. Turner was often seen attending Jonas Brothers concerts throughout the relationship, even less than a month before the marriage ended, sparking headlines for her outfits and dancing. Turner later admitted that the pressures of being so heavily associated with the Jonas Brothers made things difficult, especially as it became more of her identity. celebrity. As she told British Vogue, "It was kind of this +1 feeling, and that's nothing to do with him. In no way did he make me feel that. It was just that the perception of us was as the groupies in the band." Even when Turner did appear in the public eye during these years, it was often related to her husband. For instance, her set during Netflix's Jonas Brothers Family Roast went viral for the brutal insult she hurled towards Joe and his brothers.
Interestingly, on this side of the Atlantic, the sequel to Camp Rock was called Camp Rock 2, whereas in England it was called A Load of
Sadly, things only got worse between the celebrity couple, and it did not end as gracefully as their fans might have hoped. Pop culture fans were shocked in 2023 when it was reported that Joe Jonas was planning on filing for divorce from Sophie Turner. The news was later confirmed by the couple via social media, who shared on Instagram, "There are many speculative narratives as to why, but truly this is a united decision, and we sincerely hope that everyone can respect our wishes for privacy for us and our children." Despite initial press that favored Jonas in the divorce, public sentiment soon took Turner's side, with claims that she was a partier disputed by previous interviews where the actor indicated the opposite. Things only got more messy when, after weeks of staying silent, Turner filed a lawsuit against Jonas for refusing to turn over the children's passports to let them return to England with her. After months of divorce proceedings, the two ended up reaching a temporary custody agreement for the rest of 2023. While it may have been an entertaining saga for people online, the drama had real-life consequences for those involved. Turner told British Vogue that she struggled to keep everything together in the midst of filming a television series, saying, "There were some days that I didn't know if I was going to make it. And then finally, after 2 weeks of me being in a rut, my lawyer reminded me that it was my children I was fighting for." Shortly after filing a lawsuit against her soon-to-be ex-husband, the actor made headlines when she was spotted grabbing dinner in New York City with none other than Taylor Swift, a notable ex of Joe Jonas. It was eventually reported by tabloids that Swift had lent her Tribeca apartment to Turner and her children while divorce proceedings took place. If the court of public opinion had already been taking Turner's side in the breakup drama, the added bonus of buddying up with Swift only elicited more support for the Game of Thrones star. Turner continued to pop up in public with Swift throughout the fall of 2023. She later told British Vogue just how much of a saving grace Swift was for her, saying, "I've never been more grateful to anyone than I am for her because she took my children and me and provided us with a home and a safe space." Many people would be leveled by the kind of chaos Sophie Turner experienced in 2023, but the actor didn't let her divorce drama stop her from pursuing a new relationship. In October of that year, the actor was seen sharing a kiss with British aristocrat Peregrine Pearson, sparking rumors that the two were an item. Turner seemed to confirm that the relationship was at least legit via Instagram, sharing a photo of the pair on a ski trip, and has since tagged him in social media posts showcasing her off-screen life. They made their debut together as a couple in March 2024, attending Stanley Zoo's Year of the Dragon party in London, and later was spotted at Paris Fashion Week. Given how public her marriage with Joe Jonas was, it's not surprising to see Turner embrace a more low-key romance with Pearson. It's about time that Sophie Turner resumes a Hollywood takeover she was bound for after Game of Thrones ended. She's set to make her return to television in fall 2024, with the title role in the 6-episode miniseries Joan, the real-life story of prolific English jewel thief Joan Hannington. Turner was filming the series as a divorce drama with Joe Jonas was publicly playing out, and fans will get to see the fruits of her labor when the series premieres on the CW in the United States. It seems that the network has high hopes for it. Not only have they cut back on scripted programming in recent years, but Netflix executive Brad Schwartz has teased that Turner's performance may garner award nominations, telling TV's Top 5, "The dailies look amazing. Sophie Turner is phenomenal, and I'm really excited about that one." While she earned a nomination for Best Supporting Actress in a drama series for Game of Thrones in 2019, Joan could nab Turner her first lead actress nod. After Joan, there's a lot for Sophie Turner's fans to look forward to, with the actor's schedule fully loaded for the next few years. She's already started filming her next TV project, the Prime Video series Haven, in which she will star as a pension fund office worker who is forced to help a group of thieves steal billions from the company. Turner will also reunite with her former on-screen half-brother, Kit Harington, in The Dreadful, a new horror movie from director Natasha Kamani. In the flick, set during the War of the Roses, Turner plays a woman whose life is upended when Harrington's character re-enters her life. Turner reacted to the news on Instagram, sharing, "I mean, we couldn't not hang out again, you know?" Turner's other future projects include Trust, a thriller from Saw production company Twisted Pictures, and Cloud One, a sci-fi film co-starring Boyd Holbrook from The Sandman and Simona Tabasco of the White Lotus fame. Nobody, not even Sophie Turner, could have seen where her life was headed after Game of Thrones ended 5 years ago. It may not be the career anyone expected her to have, but the future has never seemed brighter for Turner, who told Harper's Bazaar, "I'm kind of embracing this lighter, fresher kind of energy around me." The last few years have definitely earned Turner some much-needed rest and relaxation, though she seems a lot better now than anyone could have anticipated.